This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Back to Neville Arena with Casey Manning. I'm Derek Scott. God Bless America and the national anthem performed by the Auburn band. Casey, it's a packed house, and they have made sellouts pretty much a given at this place. It's not one of the larger arenas in the league, a relatively new building, but it has turned out to be the perfect solution for what they need for this program, hasn't it?
You're absolutely right. I mean, Bruce Pearl starting his 10th year here, and he's been very successful the final 4 year, the final game year. When they went to the Final Four, and he's been just hugely successful here.
He has won 2 regular season SEC titles. He has taken the team, as Casey mentioned, to the Final Four in the title game in 2019. They were number 1 in the nation in 2022, and they were, of course, in this NCAA tournament on 4 separate occasions. Took him a couple of years to get it going, but get it going he has. And he said when he got here to the ballpark, to the gym, he was going to come talk to Lamont Paris and point out that it took me 3 years to make any progress here. Here you are 1.5 years in, sitting in first place in the SEC. He very much respects and appreciates what Coach Paris has done with the Gamecocks.
Well, he's been around a long time. He's been through all the battles you could imagine. And he appreciates the job, as everybody does now, that Paris has done at Carolina.
Christmas Health Injury Report. Dr. Chris Mazaway is on the trip with us from Prisma Health and doesn't have anything to do. Well, at least not with this team. He's got plenty to do, but the Gamecocks are healthy, and that is a very, very good thing. The official team physicians and official healthcare system of the Gamecocks, Prisma Health, supporting this broadcast. Let's meet your starting lineups. First, for the Auburn Tigers, the point guard is Trey Donaldson. He's a sophomore from Tallahassee, 6'3", 200 pounds. He was a football player. You can see it in his build. 7.3 points a game, 3.5 assists per game. That leads the squad. He's joined in the backcourt by Denver Jones, who arrived at Auburn this year via the transfer portal from Florida International University. He was first-team All-Conference USA at FIU. He's 6'4", 205, and he is from Newmarket, Alabama. At one forward is Chris Moore, senior from West Memphis, Arkansas, 6'6", 220, more of a dirty work guy, 2.3 points, 1.6 rebounds per game. Up front, the real talent in this team, Jalen Williams at the power forward position is 6'8", 245. He's a grad student, originally from Nahunta, Georgia, been in this program for 5 years, averages 13 points and 5 rebounds per game. And the starting center is Janai Broom, 6'10", 240. He's a junior from Plant City, Florida. He came in the transfer portal prior to last season from Morehead State, where he was a teammate of Talon Cooper. Leads this team in scoring at 16 points a game. Leads them in rebounding at 8.6 a game. Leads them in block shots at 2.4 a game. He is probably a guy who deserves a little more attention in terms of SEC Player of the Year for the performance he's had throughout this season.
Well, you're absolutely right. He went into the portal last year but came back, and what a tremendous return for the Tigers.
The Gamecocks starting lineup, as has been the case since the injury suffered to Miles Stute, which is when this winning streak got going. You will see in the backcourt Talon Cooper, a point guard, 6'4", 200-pound grad student from Roebuck, South Carolina. 10 points a game, 4.3 rebounds a game, and a team-best 4.4 assists per game. He's joined by Michi Johnson, the 6'2" junior from Cleveland, Ohio. Team-best 14 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 3 assists per contest. The third perimeter player is Zachary Davis, sophomore from Orangeburg, 6'7", 194, 4.7 points, 3.5 rebounds per contest. Up front, freshman Colin Murray Boyles. Boy, is he coming on like a gangbuster. 6'7", 230 from Columbia, 9 points, 4.5 rebounds per game, but fresh off of the SEC Freshman of the Week recognition for his dynamite performance against Vanderbilt on Saturday. And he's joined up front by B.J. Mack, 6'8", 270-pound grad student from Charlotte, North Carolina. 13.6 points a game, 5 rebounds a game leads this squad. He had a season-high 5 3-pointers against Vanderbilt on Saturday. Gamecocks could probably use him to have a similar shooting performance here tonight.
Well, he found his range last game against Vandy, and he needs to keep it up here tonight to give us a chance.
Gamecocks will be in the road black uniforms with white numerals and lettering and garnet trim, while Auburn comes out wearing the home whites and, of course, the trim burnt orange and blue for Bruce Pearl's squad. Auburn was 21-13 last year, lost in the NCAA tournament second round. They finished in a 10-8 record in conference play, which was 7th place. But they brought back a lot of talent, added a couple pieces, and from the start this year, they have really looked like possibly the best team in this league. When they've won big. They've beaten up on almost everybody that they've beaten.
Oh, well, you're absolutely right. I say Broome, not the portal, he tested the NBA waters and decided to come back. And like I said, a huge return for the Tigers. He's special.
Our officials tonight: Terry Oglesby, Keith Kimball, Owen Short. Murray Boyles will be in the center jump circle, and he's awaiting the arrival of Janai Broome, who will jump it up with him. Broome's down on the baseline right now, clearing his head, saying a few words as Terry Oglesby has the basketball, and he's ready to toss it into the air and get us underway. The orange orb goes up. There's a little clock malfunction. They started the clock before they got the ball in play, so we'll have to hit the reset button and try that again.
Well, that's 3 times.
4th time finally is the charm, and we are underway here at Neville Arena, playing basketball, South Carolina and Auburn. Looking forward to a fun meeting tonight. Gamecocks, of course, open man-to-man, and Auburn immediately feeds it in the low post to Broome. He puts up a jump hook and misses it, but Chris Moore has the rebound for the Tigers, and they'll go right back to Broome, who backs in again, misses again, and this time the Gamecocks have the rebound.
Pretty good defense.
Good looks early for Broome, who makes 56% of his shots, but B.J. Mack didn't make it too easy on him, and the Gamecocks have a chance to score first. Auburn, of course, in a man-to-man, they play a smothering brand of defense. It is Murray Boyles on the left wing, guarded by Broome, as the shot clock goes to single digits. And now it's at 5 as B.J. works his way from the perimeter down to the low post and draws a quick foul with a crafty play. Shot clock was at 2, but as we've talked about all season, this team just does not panic. And he got the defender off his feet, and he gets the cheapie, and that will be on Jalen Williams, and it'll mean 2 free throws for B.J. Mack.
No rush, no hurry. He knew he had 2 seconds, plenty of time to get the shot off.
B.J. at the line, 76% on the season. First attempt is too strong off the back iron. Mack had 18 points and 6 rebounds Saturday against the Commodores. As we said, 5 3-pointers, a season high. He had been working on that 3-pointer after practice all week long, and it paid dividends as he makes 1 of 2. Gamecocks have the first point of the game, 1-0, with 1 minute gone by. Williams, guarded by Murray Boyles, at the top of the key. Feeds it and gets it back. They throw the lob to him, and it's off the backboard, but he gets possession back, and Auburn stays alive with the offense. And Williams is open for a 3 on the right side. That rims out, and Murray Boyles grabs the rebound for South Carolina.
Good looks for the Tigers, nothing went.
You will notice Broome and Johnson play off of each other very well. Here's Mack for three, and he's got it.
Well, he picks up where he left off against Vandy.
36th three-pointer of the season for the Wofford transfer. Carolina with a 4-0 lead here against the Auburn Tigers. This team seems to make fast starts, look really easy on the road. We've seen it going all the way back, certainly against Clemson, even before that. Broome again in the low post, backing in, and B.J. Mack called for the push-off. He had the forearm in the back of Broome, and so he picks up his first personal.
Well, they're determined to go into Broome.
Yeah, not surprising. The offense really does run through the big man. Bruce Pearl says he's one of the best scoring big men in the country. He calls him old school. He'll play, as you just noticed there, with his back to the basket. He'll face up. Here's a feed off the baseline inbounds. They get it into Jalen Williams, and with a soft touch on the left-hand jump hook, he puts it up and in.
He shoots 58% from the field.
When he's played in this building, in conference play, he's been dynamite. Gamecocks with an open three for Beachy Johnson on the left side, and that rattles in for South Carolina.
Well, 2 threes.
A good look there from Zach Davis, who was cutting along the baseline and got a bounce pass, but instead of looking for a layup, he kicked it out, and Meach was wide open. Good to see Johnson get an early layup, and at the other end, it's an equally easy layup for Trey Donaldson, as the Gamecocks got a little confused on the ball screen, and Donaldson took it all the way to the rim uncontested. 7-4, South Carolina has the lead. Talon Cooper on the handle on the left wing. Gives to Murray Boyles in the high post. Spins his way to the basket, beats Broome, and off the glass, he kisses it in with the right hand.
That was a tough shot by the freshman.
Went right at Broome. Gamecocks, I think, might have some ideas about that isolation play, pulling Broome out to the high post. Speaking to Broome, he's got an open three on a pick and pop. It's off the mark. Rebound chased and won by Auburn. They've gotten 3 offensive rebounds already. That's not something that Lamont Paris will be happy about. Tigers are 36th in the nation in offensive rebound percentage. The jump shot is missed, and another offensive rebound, and Lamont's really starting to get steam now. Auburn not shooting it well early. They are only 2 for 7, and we already see Miles Studi headed to the scorer's table as a result. Williams for a 3, and that's good. Off the pick and pop, Jalen Williams makes the Gamecocks pay for not being able to squeeze the rebound. Gamecocks lead at 9-7. Carolina hasn't missed a shot yet from the field. Auburn's missed 5, and now a turnover. And it is Donaldson running to the rim and dunking it.
Well, odd ball turnovers hurt you every time.
And that gets this sellout crowd ignited. Tied at 9, 4 minutes gone by. B.J. Mack into the front court, and now he has a pass stolen away. And Auburn again in transition. Layup is missed. Rebound lost out of bounds. Auburn will have it, and we get a timeout. 15:49 on the clock. Auburn and South Carolina are tied at 9, and we're back after this from Coca-Cola.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first. White Claw delivers a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. From the originals, black cherry and mango, to new flavors, like passion fruit and blackberry. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process, White Claw brings a crisp taste with 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Check out your favorite retailer in-store or online for White Claw variety packs, single flavor packs, and single-serve cans. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Hard Seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
In every crawl space lurks something so terrifying that it can frighten the bravest of men. Sounds like a job for Crawl Space Ninja. Is your crawl space wet from rain? Does the air in your house smell funky? Crawl Space Ninja can improve your indoor air quality and fix high humidity by waterproofing your crawl space. For your free quote, call 864-921-7578 or online at crawlspaceninja.com today. At 9,
South Carolina with a fast start. They haven't missed a shot yet, but they've turned it over a couple times, and that has given the Tigers some momentum, along with the fact that Auburn has been able to get things going on the offensive glass as well. Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration's proud to be Gamecock Basketball's official review sponsor. Schedule an official review of your HVAC and plumbing systems for the cold winter months. Connect online at coolcarehvac.com and find them on social media. We did not have a cold winter month to speak of today. It was gorgeous here in Auburn. Chance to walk around this lovely little community, and folks, for the most part, were actually nice.
It was actually gorgeous here today, about 65 degrees. I'm looking at a stat. They have 4 rebounds, all offensive.
Yeah, Gamecocks haven't missed a shot, so they haven't had a chance to get a defensive rebound, but they've kept possessions alive with 4 offensive rebounds. And that is certainly not a good mark for South Carolina. In all 3 losses this season, if there's a consistent stat in those 3 losses, it's that the Gamecocks have lost the battle in terms of offensive rebounding percentage. So that's certainly not the way you want to see it start. Both teams with substitutions. Auburn, like a hockey team, they go with shifts, and they've got a whole bunch of new guys on the court, and off the inbounds, they miss a 3, but there's a push-off by Dylan Cardwell of the Tigers as he knocked Josh Gray to the ground going for that offensive rebound. Let's tell you about the subs for South Carolina first. Miles Stute, the 6'6 junior from Washington, D.C., is on the court replacing Zachary Davis, and Josh Gray replaces B.J. Mack. Of course, Josh, the 7-footer from Brooklyn. Now for Auburn, K.D. Johnson, the veteran guard, now a senior, former starter for them. He's out there, and they've also got on the floor a young man named Baker Mazzara. It's the Gamecocks attack. Murray Boyles goes to the basket, bump, misses the shot, and then Miles Stute is called for the foul, going for the offensive rebound.
Those are tough possessions. Looks like we were fouled that time.
I think they missed their best opportunity when Talon drove and dished to Josh. Josh didn't seem prepared to do anything with the basketball, and he kicked it back out to the perimeter, and that led to the foul eventually after the missed shot by Murray Boyles. As we said, now Chad Baker Mazzara, junior from the Dominican Republic, transferred in from junior college, and he runs the pick and roll to perfection, drops it low for Dylan Cardwell, and Cardwell is fouled on his way up by Josh Gray. So a couple quick fouls on the Gamecocks, and Jacoby Wright, the junior from Fort Mill, heads to the scorer's table. Cardwell to shoot 2. He came over and greeted Casey before the game like you were old chums.
Well, he's from Augusta, Georgia, and he's been around 5 years now?
At least 4. Sinks his first free throw here. 5 points, 4 rebounds a game is the average for Cardwell. He's another one. When they put him in for Broome, what they do not lose is a thing at the defensive end. He's another guy that is a block shot ace. He averages 1.5 per game. Second shot on its way, and it's good as well. So Dylan Cardwell makes both free throws, and Auburn has its first lead of the game. It is 11-9. Full court pressure off the made free throw, and a quick foul called as Carolina got the ball into Jacoby Wright, and he was bumped immediately by Chad Baker Mazzara.
And they will foul you. They're that aggressive.
Glad to see Terry Oglesby call that, because they will get as physical and aggressive as they are allowed to be. And Bruce Pearl, of course, will work officials over, and sometimes seems like he gets his way in that regard. Here's Michi at the top of the key on a switch, guarded by Cardwell. Goes right by him. Cardwell slaps his shot off the backboard. Gamecocks feed it back. Give it to Michi on the right side. His 3 comes up short. Stute tries to run it down on the baseline. Lost it out of bounds as he collides with Cardwell. Cardwell playing to the crowd as he heads back down the court, and Auburn will get it back. It was a nice move by Michi, but as we said, Cardwell, a great shot blocker, and he chased the play from behind and slapped it off the backboard. 7-0 run for Auburn after the Gamecocks grabbed the early lead. It's 11-9 Tigers. A little over 5 minutes gone by. Here is Baker Mazzara for an open 3 in the right corner, and he's got it. Gamecocks gamble, thought they had a loose ball, but it was the point guard for the Tigers, Aiden Holloway, a freshman who came into that media timeout, who beat them to it. and then found his teammate on the baseline. Gamecocks under some duress now with this crowd really getting after them. Again, Michi driving to the bucket. Mazzara reaches in and slapped it out of bounds. Carolina will have it on the baseline.
Well, the Tigers on a 10-0 run in the last 16.
The Gamecocks haven't scored in over 2 minutes now. And with 8 on the shot clock, let's see if they can find a good look off the baseline out of bounds. They bring it in to Josh Gray in the corner. He sends it out to Michi. Michi lets a 30-footer fly, and he got it from the right wing.
Well, we need that from Michi.
He has not had big scoring days in a while. If he wants to step up today, it won't break my heart. He's got a couple threes already. Gamecocks needed that in the worst way, and they cut their deficit to 2. It is 14-12. Chad Baker-Mazzara, guarded by Talon Cooper. Double team, finds the empty spot. It's right under the basket. It's Chaney Johnson, who's alone for the two-hand flush.
And very much alone, wide open.
The second unit for Auburn has given them a real spark since that media timeout, haven't they? 5 fresh guys that come in off the bench. They play 2 different rotations, like an A team and a B team. Michi driving and kicking. Studi for 3 in the corner, misses it. Josh Gray was being held, and it wasn't called, so he could only get one hand on the rebound, and he bats it out of bounds, and Auburn will get it back. Talon Cooper gets a rest as Zachary Davis returns to the court. 16-12, Auburn with the lead. And Auburn brings Jalen Williams back on the court. Aiden Holloway, the freshman point guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, a McDonald's All-American. Pick and roll and a foul called at the rim as Dylan Cardwell slipped the screen and looked like he was going up for a two-hand flush. Gamecocks are whistled for the personal, and it will be 2 more free throws coming for Dylan Cardwell, who's made a couple already. Michi gets the personal. Gamecocks already whistled for 4 personal fouls in the first 6+ minutes. Cardwell back at the line, and his 3rd free throw is good as well. He's only a 65% shooter, and the form is rather stiff. But
he's 3 for 3 right
results
now.
are all that matter. A couple of years ago, I remember him having pretty significant impact on both games against South Carolina coming off the bench. He's having one here early with 4 early points as he makes another free throw. 6-point edge for the home team. 13-3 run for Auburn. After South Carolina made its first 3 shots and had the early momentum, and now another turnover by the Gamecocks as Josh Gray throws it away. Right now, Casey, the Gamecock reserves have floundered where the Auburn non-starters have really flourished. Josh Gray will leave the lineup as B.J. Mack returns. Carolina in need of a stop right now. Here comes Aiden Holloway walking it across the timeline. They've had a slew of talented, undersized point guards, and he's the latest in that line. He's got it for a jumper here just inside the free throw line, and he's got that.
And he can really shoot the ball.
First bucket for Aiden Holloway, 8-point lead for Auburn. Made 3 in a row, 5 of 7. BJ's open for a 3. That rims out. Run down in the corner by Holloway. He immediately turns up court and will push the tempo. Jacoby Wright slows him down, and they'll feed it to Jalen Williams. On the left baseline, jump hook is good. Gamecocks getting sliced and diced right now by this Auburn Tiger team. Colin Murray-Boyle's coming back to the scorer's table. It is 22-12. The lead reaches double figures for the first time here for Auburn. Studi on the right wing. A couple jab steps, now gives it back to Michi near midcourt. Michi guarded by Jalen Williams. Will drive. Kicks. Up at the rim. Davis fouled on his way up. Great look from Michi Johnson, who has gotten mismatches against bigs and has attacked with that quick first step repeatedly. That time looking to feed a teammate instead of finish himself, and it will mean Zach Davis is at the line when we return. Carolina getting punched in the face a little bit here by the Auburn Tigers. It's 22-12. Carolina trails. We're back after this from Ticketmaster.
Gamecock basketball is here, and you can be in Colonial Life Arena live for all the action. Catch every electrifying dunk, three-point shot, and every game-winning buzzer beater live in the stands, and cheer on your Gamecocks all season long as they battle to get back to the postseason this March. Grab your tickets now through the official mobile app or on Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of your South Carolina Gamecocks.
Don't go anywhere. The Gamecocks will be back after these local messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and launch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three, one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Coors Light Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill, official corporate partner of the Gamecocks. Celebrate responsibly. It's a 22-12 Auburn lead, and the bench has been the difference in this one so far, Casey.
Recently an 8-0 run, but over a long period, an 18-3 run. So we got to do something to stop the bleeding.
And bench points are 11-0. They brought in their second unit after that media timeout, and so the second unit scored 11 points. From the first media timeout to the second media timeout, the Gamecock non-starters have yet to register a point. South Carolina is not going to be able to go blow for blow with them, but you got to get some contributions from somebody, whether it's Studi or Josh or someone, maybe Jacoby. Right now, it's Zach Davis at the free throw line to shoot a pair. He was fouled by K.D. Johnson, and he sinks his first free throw.
It's a big foul shot. We need to make.
Gamecocks' winning streak, of course, coincides with Zach's insertion into the starting lineup. Second one just does tip out over the front of the rim. So 1 of 2 for Zach, and a 9-point deficit. And the Auburn starters, at least some of them, are back on the floor. Donaldson is back at point guard. Baker Mazzara stays in. They try a lob, and it is broken up by South Carolina, and it's batted out where it's picked up by Zach Davis, who brings it ahead. Talon Cooper back on the court for South Carolina. B.J. Mack handling it on the left wing. Posting up is Murray Boyles. He gets it on the baseline against Janai Broom. He drives it by him and beats him with the right hand and scores it off the glass.
Second tough shot he's made over Broom.
Going right at Janai Broom, who averages 2.4 block shots a game, but to put him on skates, they're making him guard on the perimeter. Gamecocks get beat on a wrap play, and it is a dunk for Baker Mazzara. They ran him off a screen in the high post. Zach Davis couldn't keep up, and no one else was there to help. Chad Baker Mazzara with 5 points off the bench for Auburn pushes that lead right back to 9. 24-15. Jacoby Wright gives to Murray Boyles. He goes to the right baseline. This time, sends a pass out top to Cooper. Talon drives and kicks in the corner. Zach Davis tries a three. That's no good. Long rebound to Baker Mazzara, and he's sprinting forward. Leaves it for Broom. Broom puts the shot in, and a blocking foul called on Jacoby Wright. Jacoby was just the mouse in the house there. There wasn't much he could do. He just tried to hold his ground and hope he could get a cheap charge. But Owen Short gave the shooter the credit, and Broom made the shot on top of getting the foul. Janai Broom's first points of the game, and he airballs the free throw. Wow. 61% shooter, but that wasn't really even close.
I don't think it reached the bottom of the net.
So the Gamecocks get it on the inbounds. Trailing it by 11. Trying to slow down this Auburn bunch, which missed 5 of its first 8 shots, if I'm not mistaken, but now they're 10 of 17. Here's a drive to the hoop from Talon Cooper. He misses the up and under reverse. Murray Boyles tries to dunk the rebound, and he was fouled. Shot didn't go. He'll be at the line. Second foul on Chad Baker-Mazzara. He's one of those well-traveled guys. Began his career at Duquesne, then to San Diego State, then to Northwest Florida State Junior College. Now he's at Auburn, and he is complaining vehemently that he didn't foul on that play, and now he'll sit down after the first free throw is made by Colin Murray Boyles.
We got to make our free throws, and that was a good first make.
Food Line, the proud sponsor of Score to Give More. This season, Food Line's donated 30,000 meals to help our neighbors in need this winter. Murray Boyles misses the second free throw, but the Gamecocks get the offensive rebound and will have a chance to cut a little further into a 10-point deficit. B.J. Mack on the perimeter, gives it off to Jacoby Wright. Jacoby takes his dribble to the left baseline, goes up and under, feeds Murray Boyles, and he gets a layup.
Murray Boyles, 6 points, I think.
7 early points, and a neat look there from Jacoby, who was absolutely tightrope walking the baseline to stay in bounds. He not only stayed in bounds, but he had his head up and found a teammate from underneath the rim. So Carolina gets 3 points out of the possession, and now here's a missed jumper by the Tigers. That was someone new. Just checked into the lineup. Denver Jones is back out there. Jones started, hadn't gotten many touches. So Carolina trying to cut further as B.J. Mack gets the ISO. Back to Janai Broom down in the low post, puts it up with the left hand, can't finish. There's another offensive rebound for Murray Boyles, and his stick back won't go. Ball's lost out of bounds. It'll stay with the Gamecocks.
Might have been blocked that time.
Yeah, I think looked like Broom probably did get a piece of that one. I don't know if it'll go in the books officially. Yes, it will. Janai Broom is credited with the block shot, and that is the second one for Auburn. Of course, Cardwell had one that was a little more emphatic earlier. Baseline inbounds, comes out to Jacoby. He'll catch and try a three. It's too strong off the back iron.
Not a good shot.
Not a good shot at all. Rushed for no reason. Gamecocks had the whole shot clock to work with there, but Jacoby let it rip. So the lead for Auburn stays at 8. Here's Lior Berman driving into the paint. He's stuck. Kicks out to Broom. He'll try a three, and he's got it. Broom has added that to his game this season. Never a three-point shooter, 29% last year, and now he's at 34%, and that's his 17th make of the year. Lead back to double figures for the Tigers. And now a turnover by the Gamecocks as Murray Boyles has the ball knocked free. Lior Berman dives on it, and Auburn will call a timeout. 8:35 remaining here in the first half. It's 29-18. The Tigers have the lead, and it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. Gamecocks are back at home on Saturday when the LSU Tigers come to Colonial Life Arena. You can get your tickets right now through the official mobile app or on Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster is the official ticketing partner of your Gamecocks. That's a 3:30 tip-off. We'd love to see you at Colonial Life Arena. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield.
Well, the Tigers are 7 for their last 8. They're really hot, playing well. We had a point in the game where we need to just calm down a little bit, Derek, and get a basket here and there.
On 2-point field goals, they are 8 for 13. And the Gamecocks have been very good defending. 2-point field goal percentage defense this season has been significant, but over the last 2 games, we've seen the opponents shoot 50% from the field. Don't know that you can consider it a problem, a trend, but certainly Auburn is off to a great start at 58%, and now they get another bucket. Gamecocks went to a 1-3-1 zone, and we see teams sometimes really confused by it on the first look. They weren't at all, and so the Gamecocks now have to call a timeout. They got a quick bucket out against that zone by flashing Janai Broom into the high post, where he hit the little baby hook and then Carolina couldn't get the ball inbounded, and Talon Cooper had to call a timeout to avoid a 5-second violation. Carolina trailing here at Auburn, 31-18, and with timeout on the floor, we'll step aside for this message from the Columbia Metropolitan Airport.
Hey Gamecocks fans, I'm men's basketball coach Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, myself and the team support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Gamecock fans, Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP game day experience this basketball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will receive a special invitation to Coach's radio show, tickets to that weekend's game, hotel accommodations, and the unique opportunity to join Cocky on the sideline during pregame. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's game day guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Have you been to Kohl's lately? Because if not, you are seriously missing out. I just went and they have amazing clearance deals going on. I'm talking thousands of new markdowns added. So you can save up to 70% on everything from fleece sweats, cute sweaters, comfy PJs, and more. So take it from me. Run to Kohl's before you miss out. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Carolina trailing at 31-18 here against the Auburn Tigers. Daily disposable contacts, the best choice for eye health and the ultimate inconvenience. Put them in the morning, take them out at bedtime, and throw them away. Call for a free trial and have a bright, clear Sansbury day. Casey, Auburn got smashed on Saturday at Florida. Had a feeling they would come back with a vengeance, with a real fire and focus, and that's exactly how they have performed so far tonight.
Well, Florida led the whole game. They really got punched. And here tonight, they're on fire. 12 of 20, 60%, 3 of 6 from downtown. That's 50%, 4 or 5 from the line. We're 6 of 16, 38%, 3 of 8 from downtown, 38%, 3 of 6 from the foul line. And we got to slow them down a little bit. They're 8 for the last 9 from the field.
Gamecocks, of course, have won 7 consecutive games, but against this Auburn team, they're running into an equally impressive streak, which is 15 straight wins at home for the Tigers. Carolina able to get it in bounds this time against that full court pressure, and Talon Cooper will walk it into the front court. He's guarded by Lior Berman. He's a former walk-on. He's a grad student now from Birmingham, and they love him because he plays some really solid defense. That's the 11th player they've used already tonight. Shot clock to single digits. Michi on the perimeter being hounded by Trey Donaldson. Drives it to the right elbow. Goes up and under with a shot and got a tough one.
It really was a tough shot and a well-needed one.
He had to create that one from the beginning. He's got 8 points. Auburn pushes it immediately and goes into the low post to Broom against Josh Gray. Double team. Michi nearly took it away from him. Broom has to give it up, and he does outside to Donaldson. Donaldson brings his dribble down to the baseline, goes up and under, spins the reverse up and in.
That was a nifty move, and give him credit.
Boy, Trey Donaldson is really coming on. No one talks about this kid, but in their recent big win over Alabama, he had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Sophomore from Tallahassee already with 6 points in this contest, along with 2 assists. 33-20 Auburn. 7 minutes left. Michi gives to Zach Davis, who slips, now shoots a tough jump shot that bangs off the back of the rim.
No.
Carolina's offense is really getting locked up right now by Auburn. The last 2 possessions have been basically shots where one guy's having to try and create off the dribble. Michi can do that. I'm not sure that's really the position you want to put Zach into. Pick and roll. Donaldson again works his way into the low post. Misses this jumper. Better defense from Carolina. Michi has the rebound, and Lamont Paris points him forward into the front court. He drives past his man, kicks it out to Cooper. Michi gets it back. Feeds underneath for Murray Boyle. Soft touch with the jump hook. No, too strong off the back iron.
Well, good look.
Chaney Johnson grabs the rebound for Auburn, and here they come again. Boy, they do not waste any time. Drive to the basket, and Denver Jones has his shot rejected, and Carolina comes away with it.
And Josh Gray might have blocked that shot.
He sure did. So Josh erases one, and now Michi will try a deep three. He misses that. Josh again goes up for the rebound with his right arm being held down that time by Broom. They let him get away with it, so Auburn has it, and now Chaney Johnson puts up a three that's way off the mark, and Michi grabs the rebound. And
maybe they were getting to cool off a little bit.
I would like to see Josh be able to rebound with both arms. It seems like it's only fair that he's allowed to do so, but we've seen twice now where they just absolutely were holding his right arm down, and it was not called. Here's Talon Cooper, giving to Murray Boyles. Left baseline against Broom. Drives the baseline, sends a pass in the far corner. Now back out to Michi. Shot clock under 5. He will create again. Drives. Shot rejected by Michi Johnson. Murray Boyles got it back, but the shot clock sounded before he could get that shot up and in. Made the shot, did not count. Erase it. And Auburn will have the ball, and they will bring in fresh troops once again. And we are going to get an official review. I think, are they going to see if the first shot hit the rim? The first attempt by the Gamecocks, which we believe was Michi. The question is, when Broom blocked that shot, did it hit the rim or not? And we will get an official review right here next to us. And that, of course, is brought to you by Cool Care, heating, air, plumbing, and refrigeration. To schedule your official preventive maintenance review to keep everything dribbling along. Cool Care has been recognized as multi-year winners of the state, the Free Times, and Columbia Metropolitan Magazine's Best of Columbia Awards. Called the best today. Looks like, from our view on that replay, that ball did hit the rim after it was blocked by Janai Broom. So, in my opinion, should be South Carolina getting the ball back. I don't think they'll count the bucket for Murray Boyles, but I think South Carolina should at least keep the possession and get a fresh shot clock. Morris Ugasuk is going to check in for the first time tonight. Freshman from Helsinki, Finland, will be in the backcourt for Carolina. Terry Oglesby and Owen Short, two officials on the headset right next to us, talking back into, I guess, the headquarters of the SEC in Birmingham, the control room, where they have to figure out the clock as much as anything else. So the shot was blocked by Janai Broom, but when he blocked it, the ball hit the rim, and this should enable the Gamecocks to keep the possession, we do believe. Oh, they're going to count the basket. They're going to count the basket. Very interesting. So the shot clock violation is waved off, and it's a play on, apparently, and they will count the basket for Colin Murray Boyles, who has been, along with Michi Johnson, the offensive leader in this contest. Murray Boyles, the SEC Freshman of the Week, already with 9 points in the first half of this contest. So that bucket, and once they get it confirmed, we'll make it 33-22, and we'll give Auburn the ball with 5:16 remaining.
Yes. Big basket by Colin Murray Boyles.
Sinorama is your one-stop shop to grow your business. They design, they print, they install, they service all of your signage and graphic solutions needs. Count on Matt and his team. Gamecock Athletics does and has for many years. You can contact your local Columbia independently owned Sinorama today. Play resumes. Auburn basketball. Gamecocks defending in a man-to-man. They played zone for only one possession, and Auburn scored immediately, and now the Tigers, with an errant pass, goes out of bounds, but Carolina got a finger on it, and so the Tigers keep it on the baseline. Miles Studi, Jacoby Wright, Talon Cooper, Morris Ugasuk, Colin Murray Boyles. So Carolina with a smallish lineup right now, just trying to see what they can change. Jalen Williams near side against Miles Studi. Turns his back, kicks it back out to Holloway. Now Williams gets it again, and he tries a three, and he hits again. Wow. What a start for Jalen Williams. That's 10. In his 5 SEC home games, he's averaging 18 and almost 6 rebounds. He has certainly lit it up in this building. Here's Jacoby Wright. Drive to the basket. Shot swatted out of bounds by Dylan Cardwell. His second block shot. And the Gamecocks will keep it with 15 on the shot clock. Good move from Jacoby, but they have rim protection. They have always at least one on the floor. So Carolina with the inbounds gets it out top to Ugasov. Guarded by K.D. Johnson. Now on a switch, Williams takes him. Gives to Cooper. Cooper will try and post up against a smaller guard. Backs him in, has the ball knocked free, puts it up and scores it anyway. Nice recovery from Talon after that ball nearly got stripped. First point, go ahead.
He was quick thinking on his feet and with his hands to get that ball over the rim.
First points for Talon Cooper. Gamecocks need him to get involved offensively. 12-point deficit as we head to the 4-minute mark here in the first half. Auburn, for once, slowing down as the point guard, Holloway, lets the shot clock get to single digits and just now looking to go somewhere, guarded by Cooper, and Cooper will be called for the hand check. And that'll be his first, and we have a timeout. 3:53 remaining. Auburn by a dozen at 36-24. We're coming back after this from Coors Light.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three, one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th-ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Facing a 12-point deficit late in the first half. Need to find some momentum here before we go to the locker room, Jason.
You're absolutely right. You want to get it below 10, double digits. Plenty of time left. We've only turned the ball over 4 times, but they've gotten 6 points off those 4 turnovers. Meanwhile, the Tigers have only had 1 turnover in the first half.
Yeah, it's really been more a matter of failing to get stops as Auburn has made 14 of their 25 shot attempts. And again, Ole Miss and Vanderbilt combined to shoot 45 of 84 on 2-point field goal attempts. And Auburn, a team that comes in shooting almost 55%, 54.7%. So they're pretty good, pretty efficient in twos, and they have certainly been that so far in this one. They are 10 for 17 from 2-point territory so far. They've got the basketball as play resumes. Jalen Williams, their leading scorer, with 10 points. Gives it up to K.D. Johnson. Cardwell posts up, has it knocked free. Ball loose, picked up by Williams. He's got another 3, and he makes another 3. That's just bad luck. It is. Gamecocks knocked it free from Cardwell, and as Studi dove for it, it ends up in the lap of Jalen Williams, who sinks his 3rd three-pointer of the first half.
13 points.
And the lead up to 15, largest of the game for the Tigers. Talon Cooper beats Murray Boyles, backdoor cutting Studi, misses the bunny. Easy layup. That's one I'm guessing where the previous block shots he's seen impacted him there, and he hurried because that was an easy layup. He was right under the bucket on the backdoor cut. Great feed from Murray Boyles. Carolina wastes a prime opportunity to score against this tough Auburn defense. Katie Johnson lobbing for Cardwell. Murray Boyles there to break it up. Ball knocked free, but Auburn again wins a 50-50 ball. Looked like Studi had it, couldn't squeeze it. Tigers keep the possession alive. And that shot clock reset. Lamont Paris doesn't think it should have, and he will speak to Terry Oglesby, who will stop play now and go take a peek at it. And the officials are saying that the Gamecocks had possession long enough for the shot clock to reset. No way. No way. They never had possession. Murray Boyles went high to break up the lob attempt. Studi had his hands on it, but never secured it. I don't understand that decision by the officials at all. They're going to really give Auburn a break there, and they've had the bounces going their way in this one already. Don't need to help them out anymore. 2:39 left first half. It's 39-24. Auburn has had the lead since Carolina's quick start in the first 3 minutes. Here's Williams again, another three, and he scores it again. My goodness.
He's out of his mind. 16 first half points.
His career high came here against Alabama when he had 26 recently. And as Casey just mentioned, he's got 16 already before halftime, and the Gamecocks turn it over with another errant pass. 18-point deficit. Jalen Williams is 6 of 7 and 4 of 5 on three-pointers. Goodness grief. You know, he's had 2 games this season, Casey, where he didn't miss a shot. So believe it or not, this isn't anywhere close to his high water mark. Pick and roll, lob for Cardwell, and he's got the uncontested flush as the Gamecocks get beat again on that particular set, and now the Gamecocks are fouled as they're trying to get the ball inbounded, and Auburn guilty of the hold. A 20-point deficit. We were just saying coming out of that last media timeout, you're down 12. You need to try and get this thing to single digits by halftime. Unfortunately, it's gone the other way. An 8-0 run for the Tigers, and they lead at 44-24. DJ McAfee, top of the key, looking for help. Can't find anyone to give it to. Finally gets it off to Michi. Shot clock at 10. Michi weaves his way through traffic, picks up the dribble, now lets the jump shot go from the free throw line and got it. Another really difficult bucket for Michi with the shot clock winding down. He's got 10. He and Colin Murray Boyles pretty much have been the offense in this one, but not nearly enough. More than anything, it's the defensive struggles. And again, here's another nifty move by Jones, and he's fouled and scored. He split the double team and then went right at Murray Boyles, got the contact, and Denver Jones gets his first points of the game and will have a chance at a three-point play.
And so far, the Tigers can do no wrong.
You're exactly right. This is just one of those nights where you just shake your head. But, Casey, this is unfortunately, if you're a Gamecock, this is par for the course for them at home. They haven't just won every home game. They have won every home game by at least 12 points. Jones's free throw attempt is good. Florida International transfer gets his first 3 points. Lead is 21. Minute 15 on a running first half clock. The Gamecocks bring it into the front court. Paul Roper coming up in a bit with your Gamecock halftime report. Here's Michi again, driving, feeding down low for Murray Boyles, and he blows a bunny, gets an offensive rebound, and he's fouled on his way back up by Broom.
Well, we've missed about 3-point blank layups.
I think, as I said, those block shots from Auburn, they had 3 of them early, and I think that gets in your head when you have seen shots swatted with authority, twice by Cardwell, once by Broom. Studi missed a bunny. Now Murray Boyles, who seemingly doesn't ever miss lately, missed a bunny, but he at least can make up for it at the line, and he sinks his first free throw attempt. So that's 10 for Murray Boyles. Last 3 games before tonight, averaging 21 points and 7 rebounds a game, making 78% of his field goal attempts. He gets both free throws here. Carolina 5 of 8 at the line. And now a turnover. Murray Boyles intercepts a pass, and Carolina will see if they can gather a little bit of positivity as they bring him back into the front court. Michi on the left wing, picks up his dribble, bump, needs help, feeds Murray Boyles, who drives into the paint, kicks back to Michi. Takes it to the baseline, feeds out top to Coop. Coop for three. That's an air ball, and Auburn will get it back.
Tough possession that time.
Auburn does that to you, man. They are really elite defensively. Second best field goal percentage defense in the nation behind Houston. Opponents make only 38% of their shots. And the Gamecocks are sitting on 36% right now. Looks like about 2 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so Auburn can really grind this one down and try and get the last attempt of the half, already leading it comfortably, 47-28. Denver Jones working the dribble back and forth methodically through his legs. Now they'll kick into the offense. It's Baker Mazzara at the top of the key. Steps back, tries a three, and gets it. And can't be surprised by that. They could do no wrong in the first half. Auburn gets a three-pointer to take a 22-point lead at the break. And folks, they finished the first half 7 of 11 on three-point attempts. They were 1 for their first 3, and after that, 6 for their final 8. And they just made everything.
Well, they can do no wrong. I mean, you got to give them credit. They've just brought it to us.
So the Gamecocks, 7-game win streak, looks like it's in great peril. They trail it at the half, 50-28, and your Gamecock halftime report is next after this from NASCAR.
She is the track too tough to take.
The lady in black. She's got a thing for tradition, a hankering for history, and she sure likes a good challenge. Well, when Throwback Weekend comes to town, she'll get exactly what she wants and play extra hard to get.
These guys are going to have their hands full.
Shall we dance? The official Throwback Weekend of NASCAR, May 10th through the 12th. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season, so stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
We're back to the action in 60 seconds after this local timeout. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
20 minutes are in the books. This is the Gamecock Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll have a look at scores from around the nation, a check of first half stats, and plenty more. Now, to get us started, let's go inside the Learfield Network studios. Here's Paul Roper.
Well, the 11th ranked Gamecocks are finding out why. Elbow Arena is one of the toughest places to play, not only in the SEC, but in the country, as Auburn shoots the lights out on the Plains at a 63% clip. As a result, have a 22-point lead. It's the Tigers 50 and the Gamecocks 28. Here are the first half highlights. Gamecocks built a 9-4 lead as they made their first 3 shots from the field.
Talon Cooper on the handle on the left wing. Gives to Murray Boyles in the high post. spins his way to the basket, beats Broom, and off the glass, he kisses it in with the right hand.
That was a tough shot by the freshman.
Went right at Broom. Gamecocks, I think, might have some ideas about that isolation play, pulling Broom out to the high post.
Al Murray Boyle's a silver lining in the first half as he had 11 points at 6 rebounds, working his way towards a double-double off of that 31-point performance against Vanderbilt on Saturday. However, that 5-point advantage short-lived for Carolina. The Tigers go on an 18-3 run to take a 10-point lead.
Run down in the corner by Holloway. He immediately turns up court and will push the tempo. Jacoby Wright slows him down, and they'll feed it to Jalen Williams. On the left baseline, jump hook is good. Gamecocks getting sliced and diced right now by this Auburn Tiger team.
And the Tigers put the pedal to the metal thanks to Jalen Williams, 6 of 7 from the field with 16 points, including 4 threes.
2:39 left first half. It's 39-24. Auburn has had the lead since Carolina's quick start in the first 3 minutes. Here's Williams again, another three, and he scores it again. My goodness.
He's out of his mind. 16 first half points.
One of 7 threes for the Tigers as they made 63% of their shots in the first half and have a 22-point lead at the half, 50-28 Auburn. Quiet night in college basketball. Will provide an update of some of those scores after this from White Claw.
White Claw delivers a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. From the originals, black cherry and mango, to new flavors like passion fruit and blackberry. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process, White Claw brings a crisp taste with 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Check out your favorite retailer in-store or online for White Claw variety packs, single flavor packs, and single-serve cans. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Hard Seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Don't go anywhere. The Gamecocks will be back after these local messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Gamecock Halftime Report continues now with another check of the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's head back to the Learfield Network Studios.
Auburn with a 50-28 lead over South Carolina on Valentine's Day on the Flames. As you take a look at your halftime scores, just one other SEC game tonight. 8th-ranked Tennessee at the Bud taking on Arkansas.
17:05 to play in the half. Debo right side, connects guarding him. Away to Ellis, left wing, three-pointer good. The Razorbacks 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. They lead at 11-9. They've made shots early.
Woo! Hot. Razorbacks are hot. That's a good sign.
That's Chuck Barrett and company on the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield. Arkansas, 4 of their first 5 from three-point range. Hanging in there against Tennessee, tied at 18 with 12 minutes left to play in the first half. Just one other game in the top 25. It's in the Windy City. Number 1, UConn. They've won 12 in a row. DePaul, they've lost 11 in a row. And as you'd expect, UConn's flexing their muscle.
Hands it to Newton. Newton sprints to the front court, gets to Caravan, steps into a three. Caravan, back rim, no good. Klingon got the offensive glass. He's triple teamed. He dives inside and banks it home. Klingon off the offensive glass. Lays it in. 8-4, UConn.
Mike Crispino on the UConn Sports Network from Learfield. Huskies with a 17-7 lead over DePaul, thanks to 4 points from Donovan Clayton and 5 points from Alex Caravan. Meanwhile, the world of women's tennis, the Gamecock women's tennis team taking care of business against rival Clemson with a 6-1 victory. That's the 9th time in the last 10 meetings that the Gamecocks have taken care of their rivals, and more importantly, in the Palmetto Series, it is now a 5-4 advantage this season for the Gamecocks over the Tigers. Halftime score in Auburn, it is Auburn 50 and South Carolina 28. Derek and the Judge back with the halftime stats from CLA after this from Sirius XM.
The tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See all for details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Courtside here at Neville Arena, where Auburn leads South Carolina 50-28 at the half. No surprise, that is the most points South Carolina has given up in the first half of a game this season. The most they'd allowed in an SEC game to this point was 40 at Georgia. We turned the tables on the Bulldogs in the second half. A little bit more of a challenge to do that in this one, Casey, with a 22-point deficit.
You're right, but it's possible. I mean, look at their numbers for the first half. They closed by hitting 6 shots in a row. And they're shooting 19 for 30, 63%, 7 for 11 from downtown, 64%, and 5 of 6 from the line. We just need to do a little something to creep back to this game. Meanwhile, we're 10 of 28, 36% for the floor, but only 3 of 10 from downtown and 5 of 8 from the line.
Yeah, the Gamecocks out of the gate had a great start by making their first 2 3-pointers. And then only made 1 of their next 8 attempts. And it really was like that all over. They started off pretty quickly in the first stanza. Gamecocks made their first 3 shots overall, their first 2 3-pointers. At the first media timeout, they had 9 points. And really the only drawback at that point was that they turned it over twice and had given up 4 offensive rebounds. But after that, Auburn cranked it up. They were 4 for 10 at that point, so you think about it. At their last 20 shots, they made 15.
Well, it's hard to beat somebody if they're going to shoot that way, but thank goodness we're having 2 halves, and you can't make it all up at one time, just little by little. You got to try to creep back into this game. I think we can.
Gamecocks led in scoring in the half by Colin Murray Boyles, who continues to ascend. He had 11 first half points with 6 rebounds and a steal. Michi Johnson chipped in with 10 points as well for the Gamecocks, but that was about it. You take away the 8 field goals that those two hit to 16 attempts, the rest of the Gamecocks were 2 for 12. Got to get some other guys involved.
Well, bench points, Tigers 18, Carolina 0.
That tells another version of a pretty disappointing tale so far in a place where a lot of opponents tend to be disappointed. Second half play-by-play coming your way next after this message from Zips Car Wash.
Hey, Gamecock fans, score big savings this basketball season at Zips Car Wash with Gamecock's $10 Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, head to a nearby Zips Car Wash and use code 2023 for a car wash with ceramic shine and protection for just $10. Best of all, vacuums, towels, and spray cleaner are always included. Zips Car Wash has 21 convenient locations across South Carolina. Visit zipscarwash.com to find a location near you. Zips Car Wash, proud sponsor of the South Carolina Gamecocks.
We're back to the action in 60 seconds after this local timeout. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Gamecocks on the road tonight. We'll get home late and then turn the page because we've got to get ready for Carolina Calls with Lamont Paris. That is tomorrow evening at Liberty Tap Room in the Vista. Would love to have you come on out and join us for that program, which gets started at 6 p.m. If you can't make it out, tune it in here on the Gamecock Sports Network. From Learfield, Liberty Tap Room and Grill is Cocky's favorite place to eat in the Vista. With Casey Manning, I'm Derek Scott, South Carolina, to try and win the second 20 minutes. And if they win it by enough that it makes things interesting at the end, all the better. But Casey, I think that's part of the joy of getting off to this great start in league play and with this whole season, that when you have to play in venues as tough as this one, it's not as painful as it might be otherwise if you're having a tough night, as Carolina has been so far in this contest. Play begins with the Gamecocks in possession of the basketball, and B.J. Mack trying to back down against Jalen Williams. Spins off to his left side, puts a shot up off the glass. No, gets his own offensive rebound and makes the stick back.
Good effort by B.J. That's what we needed to start the half.
Absolutely. He was getting his back worked over by Jalen Williams as he was working in the low post. If you'd watch that, you'd think this was a wrestling match. But no whistles, and eventually B.J. wins with the stick-to-itiveness that gives him 6 points. He had early buckets for the Gamecocks, or an early bucket, and then didn't score again. At the other end, Janai Broom backs down on Murray Boyles, puts up an air ball. He thinks he was fouled. Bruce Pearl letting the officials have it. Gamecocks with possession of the ball as Michi Johnson gets knocked down, pushed over the timeline. No call. So Michi's got it again, and he will drive and throw it up off the glass and in.
A 4-0 run, good way to start.
Michi just had to get that one up quickly off his opposite foot. He shot it off his left foot before Broom could get to it and reject that shot. 50-32 your score. Carolina gets the first 4 points, and now here's Broom again trying to drive the baseline, and they'll call the foul on Colin Murray Boyles, his second. Both teams called for 7 personal fouls in half number 1. And so it will be Auburn with the baseline out of bounds on the basket. 2 hours left in this sold-out Neville Arena. Inbounds comes to Moore. Chris Moore, who hasn't scored, feeds to Williams. Williams in the post, shoots the jump hook and misses. Gamecocks finally see a miss out of the hands of big number 2, who had 16 first half points. Talon Cooper turns it over. Steal by Donaldson. Here he comes in transition to the rim. Scores it, and he's fouled. Wow. Just a little too casual there from Talon. He tried to throw a little no-look pocket pass coming off of the ball screen, and Auburn's just too good defensively to get away with anything that's not done with some real absolute approach. And that run out results in an and one opportunity now for Trey Donaldson. Zach Davis called for personal number 1. And as you could hear, that ball striped the net. Donaldson made the free throw. He's got 9. Started the last 6 games for them at point guard and has really surged offensively. Came in averaging 7 a game during that stretch, and he's over 7 here. Now a near turnover. Gamecocks keep possession, but barely. Diving play there from B.J. Mack. Up and under reverse for Murray Boyles. Misses the shot, and then a foul is called, and they'll call it on Janai Broom. It was a late whistle after Murray Boyles missed the reverse layup. Terry Oglesby, as we've talked about a lot this year, the officials don't call the foul until after they see if the shot is made or missed. It was missed, and as they show the replay on the video board, it was most certainly a foul. The crowd thought that because the whistle was late that it was going against South Carolina, but it was on Broom, his second, and Murray Boyles shoots a pair. First free throw is good. Collin now 4 of 5 at the stripe. 61% on the season. During the 7-game winning streak, he's averaging 13 points, 6.7 rebounds per game, 2.7 assists per game. He has 9 blocks and 11 steals. He's done it all, and he's scoring again tonight. He makes both of those. He's got 13. Here's a 3 that comes up short off the hands of Denver Jones, and the rebound belongs to Meechie Johnson. So Auburn cooling off a little to begin this second half. They are 1 for their first 4. Meechie drives down the right side, hung up on the baseline, kicks it out to Murray Boyles. Crowd wanted to travel. Didn't get it. Cooper will try a step back 3. That comes up short. Rebound belongs to Auburn, and then a foul is called on B.J. Mack. As Williams grabbed that rebound, and the collision knocked him to the ground. B.J. gets his second personal. Delon Cooper, who during this winning streak has really been such a barometer. He has been, the success of this team had equaled his success, having really the toughest game we've seen in a while for him. Only 2 points, had that turnover a few moments ago. Oh boy, Auburn had a bad pass that should have been a turnover, and no one for South Carolina got to the loose ball. Shot clock down to 5 as Donaldson on the left wing finds Broom cutting to the basket, and he scores it through contact. Carolina finally had the shot clock winding down, but they could not finish the possession. And Janai Broom continues to be a tough customer around the basket. B.J. Mack in the low post. He's fouled. Shot won't go, but again, he used the ball fake there to get Jalen Williams off his feet. He did that on the first possession of the game, and now he gets it done here early in the second half, and Mack will go back to the line to shoot 2. Substitutions for both teams waiting at the scorer's table after B.J. attempts this free throw. Food Line, of course, the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program this season, as B.J. makes the first one. Food Line has donated 30,000 meals to help our neighbors in need. Gamecocks will get Jacoby Wright on the floor as Talon Cooper sits down. Zach Davis sits down. Josh Gray was coming in, but then he realized the man he was trying to replace has got to shoot another free throw. BJ puts it up and puts it in, and now he'll get a rest. So BJ with 4 early second half points, give him 8 for the game. Carolina trails it 55-36. Good start offensively here in the second half, Casey, but have only shaved 3 points off this deficit. Got to find a way to get some more stops. That's been the problem, getting stops. Chaney Johnson in the low post, backing in, and the Gamecocks called for the reach-in. That was Meechie Johnson, who did it, trying to help out his teammate who was guarding Chaney Johnson, and that's 2 on Meechie.
And 14 fouls, so you're saying?
4 fouls already? Goodness grief, we haven't even played 4 minutes. Lob on the inbounds to Broom, catches it against Gray, puts it up with the left hand, misses the shot, rebound slapped out of bounds by Auburn. Gamecocks will get it back. So they do get a stop. Now they got to deal with that full court man-to-man pressure. Carolina gets it in, and now Michi will bring it ahead. Chad Baker-Mazzara back on the floor for Auburn. Here's a drive to the hoop for Michi, and he draws contact. Well, he went right into the chest of the Tigers. Quick first step to get an edge on Trey Donaldson, and Broom came over to help. They'll give the personal to Donaldson, and that'll get us to a timeout. Michi Johnson at the free throw line when we come back. We've played 4 minutes and 2 seconds here in the second half. Carolina still down by 19, 55-36, but a much sharper performance in those first 4 minutes of the second half. And we'll return here to Auburn after this message from Toyota.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 3.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Offer valid through March 4th, 2024. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.52 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Gets thought about the shot, doesn't shoot it. Back out, pow, pow for 3. Bang, got it. Tahina, pow, pow, pow. 1, 2, 3 for Tahina, pow, pow. Her first is the Gamecocks.
Hey, y'all. This is South Carolina women's basketball player Tahina Pow Pow. Columbia might be home to the Gamecocks, but like any good Southern home, we know how to welcome visitors. We're ready with pimento cheese, great sports bars to catch the game, and plenty of things to do after the final buzzer. Whether you're a Gamecock fan or you're rooting for the other team, Columbia will make you feel right at home. Spurs up.
What does farm to table mean to you, Gamecock fans? Well, thanks to South Carolina farmers and chefs, you can enjoy locally grown food at any table. Visit certifiedsc.com. It is a matter of taste.
Well, second half, 2 for 4 for Carolina, 0 for 1 from downtown. Well, 4 for 4 from Carolina is important. The Tigers, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 for 1 from downtown, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. And little by little, you got to get a stop or two and make some baskets.
And we were talking about you want to win the second half and then see if you can win it by enough to make things interesting. Well, they won the first segment of the second half, 8-5. And as you mentioned, it was largely because they got themselves to the line by attacking Auburn around the basket. We mentioned earlier in this game that Auburn's opponents get 24% of their offense from free throws. And South Carolina tracking that way right now. They've got 9 of their 36 points from the free throw line as Michi makes his first attempt.
Well, that crawls in.
It came in a little low, just barely creeping over the front of the cylinder. But a nice soft touch for Michi, an 81% free throw shooter. Out of the deep crouch, second one settles in as well. Give him 14. Best offensive performance as far as scoring we've seen from Michi in a while. Of course, his distribution skills have been on display a lot here in the last 5 games. Here's a lob and a tip attempt by Cardwell that's no good. Gamecocks come away with it. Another empty trip for the Tigers. Here's Talon Cooper driving deep. Kicks to Michi. Way downtown. This one rattles out. Cardwell pushes Josh Gray in the back. And he is called for the personal foul. That was deep, but if Michi's feeling it, we know sometimes he can knock that shot down. That was at least 10 feet behind the three-point arc. Fell on Cardwell's his second. 4 now on the Tigers here in the early second half. Inbounds from the baseline, comes out to Murray Boyles. in the high post, guarded by Katie Johnson, smaller defender, now chased in the corner, double teamed, had the ball knocked free, and it's a turnover. Mercy me. What a frustrating mistake there by the Gamecocks. And now Talon Cooper trying to guard Cheney Johnson in the low post. Backs him in, shoots up the turnaround jumper, and got it. Johnson 6'7" and 220. He transferred in from a Division II program, University of Alabama at Huntsville, and has become one of their contributors. Here's a spinning move from Michi Johnson that misses, and Auburn quickly rebounds and pushes it the other way. It's 57-38 Tigers. Gamecocks were down at the half by 22. Holloway, 3, no, rebound, Michi. Tigers now 2 of 7 here in the second half. Gamecocks get a layup as they beat Auburn down the floor, find Colin Murray-Boyles. Great fake. Defender sails by, and then he goes up for the layup.
Little by little, down 17.
15 for Murray-Boyles. That leads the Gamecocks. DJ Mack coming back to the scorer's table, and here's a trip and a shove by Jacoby Wright.
15 foul on this.
Yeah, man, that's the problem. You're going to get these guys in the bonus way too quick, and some of these fouls like that one just absolutely pointless. Murray-Boyles will get a rest. Josh Gray out as well as Studi and Mack return. 14-15 on the clock here in the second half. It's 57-40 Auburn. Side court inbounds for the Tigers right by Bruce Pearl. They feed it in out top. Katie Johnson has it. Didn't score in the first half. He'll try a 3 here, and he'll get it. Mercy. First points of the game for the veteran Katie Johnson, the Atlanta native. Began his career at the University of Georgia. Had 18 against the Gamecocks in the game way back in 2022. Lead back to 20. Here's Michi in the paint. Feeds it to BJ. BJ gets his man off his feet, and that is a hard foul from Dylan Cardwell. And Lamont Paris wants that one looked at on the monitor. Cardwell immediately picks Mack up and gives him a big hug. But they will come and look at the monitor to see if that one is flagrant. Mack again with a great head and shoulders fake to get the defender off his feet. And Cardwell, I think, probably out of frustration that he was going to be guilty of another foul, came down with a very hard foul to make sure Mack couldn't score. And that looked like it had enough oomph behind it that, yeah, they're going to have to come look at it and see if there's more to it than just a common foul. BJ at least will be shooting 2. Gamecocks might get a flagrant, which would mean 2 shots and the ball. 60-40 your scores. Our stat monitor is frozen. We'll see if we can... looks like our Wi-Fi is empty. Let's see if our buddy Mike DeBates, our media relations maven, can help us out by getting us back into the wireless system. Meanwhile, it's an official review brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration. Let Cool Care assist with your HVAC and plumbing systems. They offer free estimates and second opinions. Cool Care also offers 100% financing with credit approval. Check them out online, coolcarehvac.com, to schedule a visit today. Our 2 officials have come out from under the headsets. Now they're going to go to the benches, and they'll let Lamont Paris know what the decision is. I can't read lips. It doesn't matter. He had his back to me, so it wasn't going to matter. I'm guessing it's going to be a flagrant, but we'll wait and see what is decided if we get an official announcement.
Well, he's just raising one finger, so.
Yeah, based on the response, the reaction from the Auburn bench, specifically Stephen Pearl, the coach's son, I think it's definitely a flagrant because he seemed very disenchanted with the decision. And honestly, if you look at the monitor, I don't see how you could be. That was unnecessary contact, and BJ Mack will shoot free throws, and then the Gamecocks will have the basketball. Crowd's booing, as they likely should, as the home team, as BJ makes his first, but that was the right call. Third personal on Dylan Cardwell. One more for Mack, and then the Gamecocks will have possession. BJ got them both. Gamecocks making their free throws after a bit of a slow start at the line. Now they are 13 of 16, a perfect 8 of 8 here in the second half. They've outscored Auburn at the free throw line 13-6. Now it's a baseline out of bounds. As Talon will bounce it in the corner to BJ. Guarded closely by Janai Broom. Starts to back him down. Spins on him. Gets to the rim. Traveled. Got away with it. Makes the layup. We'll take it.
Well, look for a run. 2 free throws in the basket.
And here comes Auburn quickly to the other end. Broom posting up on Mack, and he misses the left-hand layup, and the rebound crashed, knocked out of bounds. Auburn will keep it, and Coach Ferris frustrated. Studi had inside rebounding position, and Baker Mazzara just went right over top of him, and they say the ball was last touched by Studi as well.
The opportunity to miss that.
Got to be more physical. When you're under the basket screening out, you've got to brace for contact. You know it's coming, as aggressive as these Tigers are. So the Gamecocks had a chance for a stop there, don't get it. And now it'll be a dunk from Janai Broom as Chaney Johnson was backing down on the low post, and Gamecocks got called ball watching as Broom dove to the rim, got the feed, and flushed it. 5th field goal for Janai Broom. He's got 11. 62-44. Gamecocks still don't have a single point from a non-starter. 18-0 at our last check. Cooper, tough follow-away jumper, and it rattles out. Had his former buddy Janai Broom in his face there. And now quickly, Auburn again hurries it down and gives it to Broom. And the Gamecocks bat away a pass, but Broom gets it back, and he'll try a three, and he gets it.
Unbelievable.
I'm telling you, when it rains, it pours, and it is a Morton Salt kind of night for the Gamecocks. They get a deflection, can't come up with the turnover, and Auburn calmly gets a three-pointer from their 6'10" post player, his second three of the contest. He's got 14 now, and the lead back to 21 for the Tigers. Michi, step back long two, left it short. Jacoby Wright has the offensive rebound. Baseline jumper, sails it over the rim. That's an air ball. Not a good night for Jacoby at all. But again, like we said, the Gamecocks reserves haven't really done a thing tonight. They haven't gotten much at all in the way of help from anybody who wasn't in the starting lineup. So Auburn with some momentum again, and a foul called on Jacoby Wright as they cleared out there and let Denver Jones work on Jacoby. And he'll get his third personal, and that'll get us a timeout. 11:49 remaining. Gamecocks had a run, but Auburn answers. It's 65-44 Tigers, and we're back after this from Terminix.
Cockroaches, or palmetto bugs, no matter what you call them, they're downright terrifying. Infamous Palmetto Pete is at it again, breaking and entering, trekking over toothbrushes, and dang near stopping homeowners' hearts when he takes flight. But have no fear, cause Terminix has the expert training to send wild pests to your home scurrying for the hills. Guaranteed. That's been the truth around here for 75 years, and it ain't gonna change. Visit TrustTerminix.com to keep these pesky outlaws dead or outside.
Don't go anywhere. The Gamecocks will be back after these local messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th-ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Well, if it was just a battle between the starting lineups tonight, the Gamecocks would be ahead 44-42. Unfortunately, it's not. And Auburn's reserves, their bench, have outscored the Gamecocks bench 23-0. And that means Auburn has a 65-44 lead here with 11:49 left.
Well, give the Tigers credit. 17 assists on 25 made baskets already in this game. And they average 17.8 assists a game. They're already there.
They're fourth in the nation in bench points. They average over 35 per contest. So no surprise they've gotten 23. But Carolina's just gotten nothing from the non-starters tonight. In today's fast-paced world, you'll really appreciate Sansbury Ice Center's selection, style, comfort, price, and 1-hour service. What you'll love most of all, however, is the precision of your vision. That's what a bright, clear Sainsbury day is all about. Foul on Jacoby gives Auburn the basketball on the baseline. 6th foul on South Carolina. Tigers will be in the bonus the rest of the contest. Jones drives through the lane, misses the floater. Talon Cooper comes away with the rebound. Janai Broom just kind of threw B.J. Mack to the ground. But in the process of doing that, he couldn't get to the ball, and Cooper grabbed it. Carolina back at the offensive end. Zach Davis at the top of the key. Feeds Studi on the wing. Down low to Mack. B.J. backing in. K.D. Johnson gets the foul, misses the shot. Great effort again from B.J. on the mismatch in the low post. Gamecocks running everything through Big B.J. so far here in the second half. Second foul on K.D. Johnson, making his third, actually. 2 free throws for B.J., who's already attempted 4 in the half. And he makes another one. Bruce Pearl in his press conference yesterday basically said B.J.'s like a 270-pound shooting guard. He really was praising him when he said it. He wasn't saying anything negative, but really, B.J. in this game has not been able to get it going from the perimeter. He hasn't gotten many looks out there. He's only attempted 2 3-pointers. They've done a good job of taking him out of there, and so he's gone to work in the low post. He makes 2 more free throws here. 10 points already in the second half for Mack, 14 in the game. So he's right at his average of 13.6. Carolina down 65-46. Broom left alone. Will try a 3. He hits again.
Are you kidding me?
This is crazy. Janai Broom has 3 3-pointers. Jalen Williams has 3 3-pointers. They are the starting power forward and center for Auburn. And this is not an offense that usually plays those guys outside. Talon Cooper having trouble with the dribble, nearly gets his pocket pick, gives instead to Murray Boyles, who fakes a pass, drives to the rim, and lays it in with the right hand.
20 points.
Great composure there from Murray Boyles as he got it in the high post, and it was a 2-on-1. Looked off the defender, made him think it was going to be a pass, and just Euro-stepped him for the layup. Here comes Williams, driving in the low post. He'll shoot the turnaround jumper over Murray Boyles, and he's got another one. Jalen Williams and Janai Broom, we knew coming in, they have been in 5 SEC home games, shooting a combined 60% from the field, 62% from three-point territory, and they have stayed in character tonight. BJ, jumper on the baseline, double pump, air ball. Auburn rebounds, quick outlet pass ahead to K.D. Johnson. He'll pull up and try a 3. He misses that, and Murray Boyles has the rebound. Broom and Williams are a combined 14 of 22. And they are a combined 7 of 9 on three-pointers. Zach Davis has his pocket picked by K.D. Johnson, who then has the ball knocked free going down floor. Auburn comes away with the ball, and then Miles Studi commits a foul, and they're going to call it an intentional foul. Some frustration there from Studi. And officials are going to huddle up and send both teams to their benches. I couldn't see from our angle what exactly was so egregious about that foul. We'll get a look at it again here as they come over for a replay review, and it's brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration. To schedule your official preventive maintenance review, give them a call. It'll keep everything dribbling along. Cool Care has been recognized as multi-year winners of the state, the Free Times, and Columbia Metropolitan Magazine's Best of Columbia Awards. Call the best today. Studi's second personal foul. We'll see if it is viewed to be a flagrant. 70-48 Auburn with 9:26 remaining. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield. Again, the officials have taken a look at the monitor. They're out from under the headset. And it looks like it will be a flagrant one on Miles Studi.
He intentionally pulled him down by the shoulder. Unnecessary.
That steal by the Auburn Tigers was Carolina's 9th turnover of the game. That is significant because Auburn, meanwhile, has only 3. Yeah. Gamecocks are not a team, Casey, that forces a lot of turnovers, but give Auburn credit. They have not been sloppy with the ball at all. So on point here throughout this contest.
Well, Florida led them from wire to wire, and they're trying to make up for that loss down in Gainesville. They've done so far.
Folks, Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience this basketball season. So visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's Game Day guest. Our winners get a special invitation to the Coach's Radio Show, tickets to a game, hotel accommodations, and they also get a very unique opportunity because they get to be on the floor with Cocky during pregame. Visit usccontest.com to get yourself registered. Cocky's Game Day guest brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Janai Broom missed his first free throw. That's about the only thing he's missed tonight. He airballed one in the first half on an and one opportunity. He makes 1 of 2 here. Broom now heating up in the second half, has 18 points. His running mate, Jalen Williams, also with 18. And should have been a turnover on the inbounds. Gamecocks just have not been really as sharp as normal, and Broom will hit another three-pointer. This has gotten ridiculous now. Again, they throw a lob on the inbounds to no one, and the Gamecocks can't find the ball, so they do not get the turnover, and then Janai Broom lobs in yet another 3, and now South Carolina turns it over again, and as K.D. Johnson goes for the dunk, Colin Murray-Boyles with a hard foul to make sure he doesn't get it, and the foul will be called on Murray-Boyles, and K.D. Johnson will shoot 2. Carolina was chipping away at this lead, but now Auburn has grabbed command once again by making 5 of their last 7 shots, and they forced a couple turnovers in the process.
They have reasserted themselves.
They really have. K.D. Johnson to shoot 2. There have been some plays in this game that nothing you can do but just shake your head. I mean, that last one, perfect example. Bad decision on the inbounds pass. Should have been a turnover. Carolina never saw the ball, and it bounced aimlessly. Auburn got to it, and then Janai Broom lobs in another 3. He's got 4 threes in the game, and as we said, he and Williams have combined to go 8 of 10 from three-point territory. As K.D. Johnson makes both free throws.
Those 4 threes for Broom, a new career high from downtown.
Oh, I'm not surprised. He was a 29% shooter last year. We knew he had improved, but he has 16 of them on the season before tonight, and now he's got 4 tonight. I mean, that's crazy. There's a foul on the Tigers as Colin Murray-Boyles, working against Jalen Williams, gets the whistle. 8:48 remaining. The lead for the Tigers has reached 28 points. Murray-Boyles,
of the Alabama game, second half.
Murray-Boyles on the front end of the 1 and bonus makes his shot. He may be struggling a little bit defensively against Jalen Williams and Janai Broom, but boy, he has been on point yet again here offensively tonight. 18 points for Colin Murray-Boyles with 7 rebounds. Looking for his 19th point as Cooper comes back in, replaces Studi, and Murray-Boyles makes another. 7 of 8 at the line tonight.
Which is his best shooting night from the line, I think.
Gamecocks are 17 of 20 as a team. That has been one of the few bright spots in this one. Here's Broom driving on Gray. Has his shot blocked. The Gamecocks do finally pick up a loose basketball as Michi squeezes that one, brings it into the front court. Michi will drive, shoots the runner, won't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and it goes back to Auburn. Michi with 14, Mack with 14, Murray Boyles with 19, and that is just about it for the Gamecocks. Only 3 other points. And meanwhile, for Auburn, seemingly no one can miss. This time it's Chad Baker-Mazzara pulling up with a jump shot at the free throw line and sinking it. They are back up to 50% now in the second half at 10 of 20. The crazy number, though, is 11 of 18 on three-pointers. They average 7.7 threes a game. They are just night and day, different team, home versus away. Here's a deflection on a pass for Murray Boyles, knocked out of bounds by Williams. Gamecocks will keep it, and we get a timeout. 7:44 remaining. All Tigers tonight, 78-50 your score. We're coming back after this from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Gamecock fans, Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP game day experience this basketball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will receive a special invitation to Coach's radio show, tickets to that weekend's game, hotel accommodations, and a unique opportunity to join Cocky on the sideline during pregame. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's game day guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Hey Gamecocks fans, I'm men's basketball coach Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, myself and the team support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Hey you, yes you, have you been to Kohl's lately? Because if not, you are seriously missing out. I just went and they have amazing clearance deals going on. I'm talking thousands of new markdowns added, so you can save up to 70% on everything from fleece sweats, cute sweaters, comfy PJs, and more. So take it from me, run to Kohl's before you miss out. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Tigers have made 11 three-pointers in 18 attempts. The Gamecocks, of course, come in as one of the best in the country. They had held 9 of 11 SEC opponents to 5 or fewer three-pointers. And Auburn, not a team that's necessarily that deadly typically from three-point territory. It's 7.7 a game and a 33% shooting percentage from downtown. They just can't miss tonight. And the crazy part is, Casey, it's been their bigs.
And their bigs have been sensational from downtown. Williams, 4 of 5 from downtown. Broom, 4 of 5 from downtown. So 8 of their 11 are from the big guys.
That's unbelievable. Gamecocks are the best when it comes to basketball, but Terminix is the best when it comes to pest control. They're headquartered in South Carolina, and Terminix has been trusted for 75 years to keep your homes and businesses pest-free. We couldn't have done it without fans like you, so thank you. Call 1-800-TERMINIX to schedule your service. Casey had a chance before the game, both of us, to visit with our old buddy Sonny Smith, the longtime Auburn coach and now longtime analyst for the Auburn Radio Network. Sonny is how many years young?
He said he was 95, but he's only 87. He's kidding.
87 and still at it. He is a delight. Here's a drive to the basket by Josh Gray trying to beat the shot clock. He threw up a reverse that didn't go. And in transition, it is a missed layup, but a goaltending call in the Gamecocks. Murray Boyles went up and swatted that one, but it had already hit the backboard, and the basket will count, I believe, for Denver Jones. And Colin Murray Boyles will get a rest after that goaltending call. The lead has reached 30. 80-50. Here's A 3-ball attempt from Morris Ugasuk, way short, barely drew iron, and that leads to another run out for Auburn, but there's Ugasuk intercepting the lob attempt. Leaped high and came away with it. Now he'll bring it into the front court. His man falls down. Morris does not take advantage of the 5-on-4, and the Gamecocks set it up again out near midcourt. Michi Johnson dribbles it down to the low post, guarded there by Denver Jones, backs him in, and scores the layup on the spin move.
Well, Michi has found his rhythm again.
6.5, 16 in the game for Michi Johnson. Carolina having a rough night. Now Michi steals the ball away from the Tigers, and he is wrapped up by Chad Baker-Mazzara, and he is furious about it, and I don't blame him. He was just trying to dribble it down court, and Baker-Mazzara,
that should be intentional.
He put a complete bear hug on Michi, and Michi didn't like it at all. And now Michi getting emotional and talking to the Auburn bench as well, and his teammates will get him and bring him back to his bench area.
What are you up by? 28 points.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest. Auburn plays with this sort of edge, bordering on over the line pretty regularly when they're at home and playing in front of their home crowd. They play to this crowd, and they kind of like a pro wrestling scene. They can play the heel pretty well. We see it from Dylan Cardwell a lot. Baker-Mazzara, although it's his first year in the program, has proven to be a guy that fits that villain mode pretty well also. He's very kind of hot-headed. We've seen him barking at the officials a lot when calls have gone against him. He will get this personal foul, and then the officials are back to the monitor for another replay review brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration. Schedule your official preventive maintenance review with them, and they'll keep everything dribbling along. Cool Care recognized as multi-year winners of the state, the Free Times, and Columbia Metropolitan Magazine's Best of Columbia Awards. I hate to say it, but I kind of had a feeling this would be a game where you had a lot of monitor reviews because, again, Auburn at home, they play with an edge, and they will get under your skin in a hurry, especially when things are going their way, and that's, of course, been the case for 40 minutes tonight.
Everything has gone their way. They can't miss from 3. They can't miss from 2. They've done everything they needed to do to sort of get back in after that loss to Florida.
I didn't blame Michi at all for being upset with how he was manhandled there by Chad Baker-Mazzara, and he gave him a pretty good shove, so I wouldn't be surprised if they end up penalizing both of them in some capacity. They are still taking a long look at the monitor on this one as both teams remain in their huddles. Yeah. Josh Gray is the one that stepped in and played peacemaker and separated the two. So it was Josh's shove that pushed Baker-Mazzara back, but Michi was right up in his chest before that. So at first I thought Michi had really given Baker-Mazzara a shove, but I really think that was the fact that there was a huge man in between them that was basically being the separator. So let's hope the officials recognized it that same way as I interpreted it. We will see how this one goes. The man to my left, who's having to handle all these reviews and make all the notes that go along with it, he's had his hands full tonight.
He's been busy. 5 or 6 reviews we've had.
Feels like it, yeah. And the officials are still huddled up now. They've come out from under the headsets, but they have not explained to anyone else what the call is going to look like. Michi getting a word from Kerry Rich as he comes back out on the floor. Positive messaging. Keep your head, kid. And so they will pull these two teams back to their huddles. And they're going to have a little one-on-one conversation with the combatants, if you will, as Keith Kimball's talking directly to Michi right now. And I believe down in the Auburn huddle, one of the officials is probably having a similar conversation with Chad Baker-Mazzara. And it looks like Michi going to the line, and we still have not gotten any sort of answer as to what this call is exactly going to be. If there's a flagrant one on Baker Mazzara, if there's a flagrant one on him and something on Michi as well. Looks like
a flagrant one
on Baker Mazzara for sure, because Michi is at the free throw line and there's no one else in the lane with him. So the crowd, of course, booing lustily as they hope Michi misses, which he does not. Michi, of course, had a huge opener in conference play with 24 against Mississippi State. His offensive numbers have waned lately, but he stepped it up tonight in a big way, and he makes both of these free throws. He's got 18 points. And now there will be free throws for Auburn. They're going to say there was also, I guess, a flagrant on Michi Johnson. And that will be Denver Jones who shoots those free throws, and he sinks the first one.
Jones 90% from the line, came in 45 or 50.
Well, that's why he's chosen to shoot them, that's for sure. And he gets both of those. 7 points for Denver Jones. And so the two teams just trade buckets, so to speak, 2 points apiece, and Auburn will have possession. It's 82-54 Tigers with 6:38 remaining as play resumes. Baker Mazzara pulled out of the lineup by Bruce Pearl, which is probably in everybody's best interest. Here's Jones driving on Ugasuk, throws the lob to Cardwell, passes too high, and Gamecocks come away with a basketball. With this big lead, no surprise, Tigers are trying to come up with highlight plays on nearly every possession. Cooper driving the right baseline. Up and under, misses the layup. Josh Gray tips the rebound and runs it down, gives it back to Cooper on the perimeter. And he'll drive again. This time with the left hand, shot blocked by Cardwell, I should say, but a foul call.
He's been active tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, Cardwell's been very, very active. Again, he plays to this crowd so effectively that his energy level really goes up when he is playing at home. I've seen it for 4 years out of him. Cooper with only 2 points in this contest. He makes a free throw here. Gamecocks now have, in this game, 20 of their 55 points have come at the free throw line. Coop gets both, and we will see Stephen Clark check in for the first time tonight. They had Mack and Gray playing together. We haven't seen that lineup combo much at all this year, but now BJ gets a rest as Stephen Clark makes his first appearance in 5 games. Yep. He had sat out the last 4. The grad transfer from the Citadel. And on the perimeter, he didn't get a hand up on Jalen Williams, and Williams buries another three-pointer. I don't know, unguarded, if Williams...
He could make them.
8 of 10 from the field, 5 of 6 on three-pointers, and again, joined by Janai Broom, who's 4 of 5 on three-pointers. 9 threes from their starting interior players. There's a drive from Michi Johnson. Finger roll up and good from low on the left. Michi still going at it. He has been in attack mode really throughout this second half.
Given 20 points for the game.
Carolina trailing at 85-58. We come to the 5-minute mark. Here's a long 2 up and good for Donaldson. My goodness, this bunch can't miss anything tonight. Casey, I wonder sometimes, does that make it go down a little easier? You're getting really beat up on, which stinks. But when the other team just can't seem to miss for 2 halves, do you have an easier time saying, nothing we can do about it if they're going to make shots from all over, as Michi hits another pull-up jumper for South Carolina.
Well, it only counts as one.
It's exactly right. And the Gamecocks taking a loss to a team ranked 13th in the country. Williams going to try another 3. This one finally off the rim and no good. Michi has the rebound. Gamecocks Leachy try a deep three. No good. Clark has the offensive rebound, dribbles back out on the perimeter. And for Auburn, Williams hit the deck in a heat. Jalen Williams laid out on the hardwood. Seems to be in some real pain. And play was stopped because he was face down on the court right under the basket, and it was going to be a danger to play on with that situation. Team doctor will come out, athletic trainer for Auburn, to attend to him as he rolls over and is getting up, and we're going to have another replay review. Bruce Pearl comes all the way out of the coach's box and across midcourt.
He seems to be upset.
He's very upset. And we know how Bruce can act. He will try his best to influence officials by losing his mind in situations. And in this one, that's exactly what he did. And so the officials go back to the monitor, and we've got another replay review brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration. Let them assist with your HVAC and plumbing systems. They offer free estimates and second opinions. Cool Care also offers 100% financing with credit approval. Check them out online. CoolCareHVAC.com to schedule a visit today. Like I said, I had a bad feeling this was going to be the kind of night it was with nonstop monitor reviews. It just seems to be something that happens when you play in this building with Auburn in front of this intimidating crowd that they have, the students all right on top of the court. They've done a great job with their atmosphere tonight. And the officials still looking at the monitor. We thought with the replay review monitor right next to us, we'd really be able to see something, but you really can't. You can't tell as much because the view that we have has 9 different camera angles being looked at. And it looks like we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:08 remaining. It's Auburn 87 and South Carolina 60. We're back after this from White Claw.
White Claw delivers a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. From the originals, black cherry and mango, to new flavors of passion fruit and blackberry. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process, White Claw brings a crisp taste with 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Check out your favorite retailer in-store or online for White Claw variety packs, single flavor packs, and single-serve cans. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Hard Seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph for 3, one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Well, they did end up calling a flagrant foul on Stephen Clark, who they said hit Williams in the face with his right hand when he was pursuing that offensive rebound. So Williams shot 2 free throws and made both of them, and now Auburn will have the basketball, and Williams will check out. Gamecocks have also made some substitutions. We see Benjamin Bozeman's Verdonk on the floor for the first time tonight. And BBV hasn't played in the last 7 games, so he and Stephen Clark both have been out of the rotation, and they'll play late in this contest. K.D. Johnson with a spin and a drive to the bucket, and he lays it up and in. Auburn, you know what they want. They want 100 points.
Yes,
yeah, they want triple digits. It's 91-60 with under 4 minutes left. And now Ugasuk has his pocket picked by K.D. Johnson, who drives to the rim. Clark blocks his shot, and they call a foul on Stephen Clark, who has a look on his face of, let's just say, dissatisfaction. He did not think he did anything to get a foul there. He got all ball up top. We know that much, but they called the foul on the body. K.D. Johnson will shoot a pair. I would argue that K.D. Johnson had more body contact on Morris Ugasuk when he stole the ball from him than Clark had on Johnson on the shot attempt. But right now the officials trying to keep this thing from
boiling over.
Yeah, boiling over. Good word, good phrase. Johnson makes his first. One more for the senior, and he got both of those. 9.5 for K.D. Johnson, who was scoreless in the first half. 93-60 your score. Jacoby Wright, Stephen Clark, Benjamin Bozeman's Verdonk, Morris Ugasuk, and Miles Studi on the court. Gamecock starting lineup has all been pulled. Studi backs down against Lior Berman, misses the jump hook. Gamecock bench still scoreless tonight.
Studio for 3.
Hasn't been able to give Carolina any contributions this evening. And as we said, that's been a bench-wide problem. Aiden Holloway, the freshman point guard, running things out top with Jacoby Wright guarding him. They set a ball screen on him. He splits the ball screen, has the ball knocked free. It's loose on the floor. It's picked up by Auburn, and they call a bump on the Gamecocks with 1.9 seconds left on the clock as K.D. Johnson was feverishly driving, trying to get a shot up before the shot clock expired.
Stephen Clark, I think they gave it to him.
That was a cheapie, and really one of those, again, like we said, it's almost like the officials are going to overcompensate now and call everything that will maybe get Bruce Pearl to calm down a little bit. Johnson makes his first. He'll have one more. He makes both. One thing about it, it's gotten to the point that the two schools in Alabama have become really powerhouses in basketball, and they've also become the guys who are the least likable opponents that you play during the course of the season. It starts, unfortunately, sometimes with coaching personalities and certainly blends over to the players. Gamecocks turn it over again. Bad pass by Studi, stolen by Johnson. He'll throw the lob, and Caldwell goes up and flushes it. And again, plays to the crowd as he comes back down the floor, arms in the air, asking for more noise. 97-60 your score. Auburn pouring it on South Carolina here in the late going, and a foul called on the Tigers as K.D. Johnson bumps Jacoby Wright in a double team. So Jacoby will shoot two.
Well, when it ranges pours, 10-0 run the last minute, 54, 12-2 run, last 2:44, 6 of the last 7, and we're scoring drought of 2:28. Well, I'll be glad to get out of state of Alabama, I tell you.
Yeah, man. The other thing about this trip that's never any fun is
the bus.
Yeah, when you know how out in the middle of nowhere you are, because the bus trip we'll have will be longer than the flight that we will have, as Jacoby leaves the first free throw short, and Auburn will now really clear the bench, and they will bring a number of folks on the court that we haven't seen prior to tonight. And now, similar to what we see at Colonial Life Arena, when there's Chick-fil-A on the line, Auburn hoping to get something out of 2 missed free throws, and they will, as Jacoby has the second one spin out as well. And the Gamecocks' scoreless night from the non-starters continues. Even free throws won't go in. 97-60 your scores. We go under the 2-minute mark. Here is Harper, pull-up jumper, air ball. Stephen Clark pulls it down. Harper is the younger brother of the former Auburn great guard, Jared Harper. Morris Ugasuk will try a three for South Carolina off the back of the iron, and over the backboard, no good. Auburn gets it back. Carolina Ford Dealers locker room report will follow the conclusion of this one. I have a feeling we'll be moving at a pretty quick pace.
Certainly hope so.
Wrap it up and get on down the road. Lior Berman, the former walk-on, now on scholarship, will try a long jumper and a pull-up, and he gets it. It's going in for everybody on this Auburn team tonight. And Lior Berman, who averages 1.5 points a game, hits the pull-up to make it 99-60. Miles Studi misses another jumper. Short arm that, and Auburn has the rebound. And with a minute left, they'll have a chance to break triple digits. Berman on the left wing. Brings it back out top to Harper. Harper against Dugasuk, drives, spins, floater, up, and good. There's the last benchmark they wanted. They break 100 here against South Carolina in the final minute of play, and now a foul called on Lior Berman, fighting through a screen by Stephen Clark. Stephen Clark will now try to get the Gamecock bench on the scoreboard with 2 free throws in the final minute of play. And that one goes in just over the front of the iron. It will be good to get back home on Saturday and then to have an off performance as well. Gamecocks do not have a midweek game next week. Second free throw missed by Clark. Auburn has it. And they will walk it into the front court. Blake Mushalek dribbling it out near midcourt. There's about 12 seconds 12 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. I don't know if Auburn will try and score again or if Bruce Pearl has told them just to let the shot clock expire. Looks like it is the latter. Horn sounds, 10.9 seconds left, and the Gamecocks will have one final possession. Trailing at 101-61. It has been a rough night and one that Carolina will look to forget as soon as they can. Inbounds Dugasuk. He will walk it across the timeline and let the clock wind out. 5 seconds left. 2-1, and that will do it. The Gamecocks see their 7-game win streak snap as they fall to Auburn, 101-61. The Tigers keep their winning streak alive. That's 16 in a row here at Neville Arena and 7 in a row against the Gamecocks. They could do no wrong tonight.
Absolutely could do no wrong. Did everything right, and it shows. 101-61. Largest defeat we've had this year in a long time.
Gamecocks and Auburn now tied for second place in the SEC. They are both 9-3, and at this point a game behind the Alabama Crimson Tide. Stay with us. Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report coming your way next after this break on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you have a paint project, commercial, industrial, or at home? Sherwin-Williams is a global leader in paints and coatings with 25 local locations across Columbia, Augusta, and surrounding areas. Sherwin-Williams inspires and improves the world by coloring and protecting what matters. Book a free virtual color consultation for your next project, large or small, or do it yourself with our Color Snap Visualizer app. Ask how. Ask now. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.